This week was the week of trailers. We've got a new zombie game, we've got Jurassic Park, we've got Transformers, and much more, all in this week in gaming. Beginning March 29th, PlayStation 3 users will be able to download the Genesis Collection. Now, the Genesis Collection is a collection of some of the best, most classic games from Sega Genesis. The package is going to be around $30 and will launch March 29th. Now, if you're a PlayStation 3 Plus user, you're going to get a better deal. First off, you're going to get the games a month early. So there's going to be a few different packages, and so you'll be able to pick them up before everybody else. You'll be able to also download the games for free and try them out for a full month. During that full month, you can unlock trophies and keep them. So this is a really good deal for PlayStation 3 Plus users. If you're a fan of the Batman series and you liked Batman Arkham Asylum, chances are you're going to be wanting to get Batman Arkham City that comes out later this year. Now, a lot of people have been suggesting that it's going to have multiplayer, it's going to have co-op involved in it. That is not the case. The developers came out this week and said, look, if we would have included multiplayer, it wouldn't be the game that we needed to make, and so it is only a single-player experience. That's not all bad, though, because Batman was a really good single-player game, so, having multiplayer, I want them to reach that same level they did with Arkham Asylum, and I'm sure they will. On now to the trailer section. So we've got a lot of trailers lined up for you, and the first one up comes from Halo. It's called the Halo Defiant Map Pack. We got our preview of the first few multiplayer maps that's available on the game. This map pack releases in March, and it's also going to be the first DLC that features a firefight DLC as part of it. We also got some new gameplay footage this week from Operation Flashpoint Red River. Now, unlike Dragon Rising, Red River is going to focus strictly on single-player and co-op experiences, so there's no real competitive multiplayer in the game, but it is definitely looking much better than Dragon Rising did. There's a lot of gameplay footage in this clip, so you want to check that out and get ready for that here in a couple of months. If you are a fan of Transformers, you'll be happy to know that there is a new game on the way. It's called Dark of the Moon. It releases later this year. Now, what we know about it, all we got is a little teaser trailer, but what it does tell us is that the action is going to take place on Earth this time. So that's one of my complaints for the last game, was that all the scenery kind of looked the same because you were on the same spaceship, etc. So there wasn't a whole lot of variety, but hopefully with Earth, you're going to be able to get a lot of variety in the next Transformers game. If you're a fan of RPG or Lord of the Rings, then you're going to want to pay attention to the next Lord of the Rings game. This game is actually going to take you into places that you haven't seen in the movies. This one, unlike the movies that focuses on the South, this game actually focuses on the wars in the North. So you're going to see some new areas to explore, you're going to meet some new characters in the game, and it's shaping up to look like a pretty good RPG game. There are a couple of games that were announced this week that I'm really excited for. The first one is Jurassic Park. Now, this is made by the same people who brought you the latest Back to the Future episodic series on the PlayStation. So it's really story-driven, and they're going to go back and tell some of the stories and plots that didn't really develop in the first original movie of Jurassic Park. So you're going to get to see some new characters, but you're going to follow some stories that you may be familiar with if you watched that as a kid. Now, since this is such story-driven, they say that a lot of the game is influenced actually by Heavy Rain if you've played that for the PlayStation. So expect not really a big first-person shooter, but expect a lot of story-driven elements in the game. The final game we are talking about this week involves zombies. It's called Dead Island. Now, this game was originally announced back in 2008. It was supposed to be an Xbox exclusive. It turns out that now it's a multi-platform game, and it's getting closer to launching. It's supposed to come out later this year, and you'll need to check out the trailer. It was one of the most talked about trailers that came out this week. It's really gory, but it's really well done, especially if you like violence and a little bit of violence with, little girls chewing the necks out of their fathers. So it's a really well done trailer. Check that out and be looking forward to Dead Island later this year. So that wraps it up for this week. Remember, if you're looking for something new this week, there are a couple of new items on the market. First, you're going to be able to get Bulletstorm tomorrow. You're going to be able to also get Killzone 3. If you're on the fence about Killzone 3, check out our full written review by Anubis in the description box. He calls it simply one of the best games on the marketplace today. He gave it a 9.4 out of 10. He's already played through the game. He's already beat it. It's a really good review, so you want to check that out. Also tomorrow, if you have Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, you can get some more DLC packs. They're going to start. They've got 3 packs announced that they're putting out back to back each week. Starting tomorrow is the first one, and probably the coolest sound, and it comes with a mode called Most Wanted. So it's going to involve some teamwork. One person on the team is going to be the most wanted. Your teammates are supposed to keep the police off your back, and the police are supposed to bust you. So it sounds like a pretty cool game mode. And then the weeks after that, you've got a Lamborghini pack, and you've got a Porsche. So check that out. If you want the latest news and tips when it happens, be sure to check out battlestrats.com. Thanks for watching, and you're up to date with This Week in Gaming.